Hello everybody, Frankie Day here. Okay, this is my day off on an overcast Monday. As you notice, on my port side I've got the Norske glove here. This is going to be video number 11. I don't know how many videos it will take me to finish this thing, but this thing has been calling on me for a long time. And I'm getting older and I want to make sure this thing is done. And I'm getting up there right now to it. Okay, I got the LB1 light ship by Billings. I got the whole entire hull fiberglassed. It's out there in my work shed, in my shed I got next door, which is my storage facility. And it's let it cure out there. They're gonna go ahead and do some sanding on it, wet dry sanding, and go ahead and spot and prime, and go ahead and complete the paint schedule as I indicated. But I worked on other parts though. I've got the main mast and the foremast all completed, and that was a trip itself. I'll have stills of that on the coming video of that coming up. But right now, it's kind of funny how things work in life. I had an interesting message, a letter came into my email address. Mr. Bill Courier, he's a curator of a maritime museum. It's out there by Kalamazoo, Michigan. And there's a whole big museum up there. I guess he looked at my YouTube channels and seen this. In that message, he wants to know if I could, when I get finished with it, if at the museum would like to purchase it. I mean, I said, well, hell yes. Well, hell yes. I said, what good is this thing going to do? I got 1 foot in the grave, 1 foot in the earth right now. And I said, I want to get this thing done and finished, and I'll sell it to you. And so I got that going. And he wants to buy other collections from me too. So it's a brand new museum they opened up out there. I forget the name of it. It's Dowsher House or something. I don't know what it is. It's a maritime museum, and they want some of my collections in there because they're getting pretty pressed for old-fashioned old stuff like this. And a lot of it that's been done in the past by famous artists like Crabtree, Boucher, Lewis, Moshe Lewis, and you got hundreds of them out there, artists, and their models are in museums. So this is going to a museum. And they asked me how long it would take you to finish this thing. If I work on this thing every day, I can have this thing done in 3 months. Fully rigged. So I got the whole sail set for this thing and everything. This is the Dave Mathers dedication bill I'm building for Mr. Dave Mather as an honor to this gentleman who sold me this here kit. And this is my second rodeo on this kit here. This is the 1977 or 76, early 70s, mid 70s or early 70s. I would say mid 1970s release, new boxing. And I purchased one of these back in 1977, I believe it was. And it took me about 6 months to work on it every day. I mean, I put some hours to it, children. I ain't talking 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. Sometimes I put in 10, 12 hours a day in this thing. Not like the time. I got done because I was so entranced in this model because I never built anything this big before at the time. And the price ticket for it back then was $75, so that's fittings. The fittings cost you $104 back then. So around $104 plus change for tax, you got a complete good model. This is the old release. Now we're building a Billings, Einer Billings. In our Billings, he more or less said, well, this is such a good item here. This is one of our top line of museum dockside type models. Why don't we just go ahead and he knows how complex it is because he built one himself and put it in the catalog. And I built one before. I know exactly how complex it is. And a lot of you fellows out there, YouTube land, has this model, has built one before. knows what I'm talking about. It's something that's not going to come out of the box and look like this. It takes a lot of work, but this is a little more difficult than the new release they've got. So they actually retoyed with the idea, why don't we just go ahead and retool the whole kit over again, redesign it, all the way from stem to stern and from keel to foretop. And they did. And the result is a very beautiful model. All parts were laser cut in that kit. I used punch out and assemble, and said that virtually the whole model is pretty bad. This isn't. This has got to be built because these parts do not fit 100% right. You got to make them fit good by cutting here, sanding there, beveling here, filing there, and dealing with old Billings kits that are stamp dyed like this. It's a block of wood here. Looks like about almost 3/8, probably perhaps a little less than 3/8, maybe a little less, a lot less. This can be cut out with a coping saw. Look, one of these bad boys. Don't use a jigsaw on this stuff. It'll snap. Let me tell you, it's about Billings wood. On the old kits, you got to be treated differently. You got to be treated like I showed you on the LB1 video. This is wood. This is rayon. It's rayon plywood. It's very hard and it cuts very good, but it sputters like crazy and the parts will be destroyed. So what you do on the sheet, on the non-printed side, make sure the printed side is down and add tape across here, or use cement here with a brush on cement, make sure it's completely on like that, like cross paper across it. I'll let it dry. So if you don't do this and don't use the paper like I just showed you a couple seconds ago, the wood's going to be destroyed right before your eyes because this stuff splits. It's very brittle wood, it splits. So there's got to be, only way to keep its entirety when it comes to time of cutting is that you got to put tape, masking tape back here. Now I got this from Hobby Lobby. This ain't no Tamiya tape. This is Hobby Lobby. That's $6 a roll. It's not bad. This stuff is good stuff. So go to Hobby Lobby, pick up a roll of this. I got 3 rolls. I get paid this Thursday. This week I'm gonna get my check for my job. I'll fix to go down and get me about 4 or 5 more rolls of this. Anyway, take the back side of this. No fear of splitting apart, making it fall apart. It won't because it's all glued together with this tape. Exactly. When they get done with that, we print the part out like that. You cut the parts out there, take some ACC glue. This stuff right here. And keep the glasses on, a mask on when you do that. It'll pregnate inside the wood where it's been cut out already. You can make it really tight. You got this all got to be cut out. This too got to be cut out. On the back, I also did the same here too. This is very far. This is balsa wood. This is Danish balsa wood. As not compared to Willow, Sterling, and the Line models, and all the balsa wood that we have today that we use. There's a lot of different balsa wood. This too splits very easily. This can be cut out with a coping saw. These parts can be cut out with a number 11 blade. But I got a mask tape back here too before I cut that out. This goes on top of the gilda section. This gilda section glues right across the top of here, as you can tell across here. On that pattern, you be very careful. I've been working on this thing now about 3-4 days after I fiberglass that hole, and that thing was talking on me. It's just a coincidence. I must be psychic or something. I don't know. I was thinking about, shall I bring it down and work on this thing on this trailer? It's too goddamn big. It's too huge. I'm going to knock these airplanes off the ceiling. I'm going to poke me in the eye, or something's going to happen. So I got a different method. I'm going to build this thing outside. In my shed out there in the back until it's all done. I'm going to have my camera set up out there. Right now, I'm fixing to build a whole big shop out there. I got 10 by 12 foot porta buildings. I got 2 of them. And until right now, I'm really hurting to get me a home right now. This is nice here, but you know, it's so hard out here in Ohio. I don't know where, you know, the rest of you guys where you live at, fellas. You know, it's probably the same there too. You just can't find a place to rent. I'm not going to buy a house. I lost my house. I'm not going to buy another one. I'm too damn old. I just want to get a place where I can rent until the day that God says, well, Frank, I think you're out of here right now, and push the button on me. I'm gone. And all that's left is these and my videos. But that's a long time from now. But I'd like to get a place sooner. That farmhouse right now, he's going through building codes and everything like this and stuff. And eventually I know I'll get it. It's right next to a bunch of goats. The goats don't bother me. I like living out in the country. And virtually I live out in the country. Okay. On the 4 days I've been working on this roast glove. I got the galleries done on here. I had to cut these out. It took me about 2 days to cut all these galleries out. If Norske Glove will let me pick her up, I could gingerly hitting low flying aircraft. I can show you how much I've done on this thing. This is where it takes time. See the stern galleries got on it? I got those stern galleries on those windows. Now the corner of that stern gallery right there, you notice, what's that gap there, right? It's supposed to be there. You know why? Because that ornament piece right there I showed you how to cut out with a jig, with a coping saw, it fits across there. It's like an arch. It's right across there. And of course, you see on these right there, that's got to be all planked all the way down to the gunner post. That's no problem. That's the last thing I'm going to do. But it took a long time for me to be able to go ahead and get those galleries in right. Now, you can see the card piece and entirely, I cut that with a cope saw. And it fit quite nicely across there. Now, that's got to be glued on there before I do any carving. Same thing, port and starboard, same thing. There you go. I think you fellas got the picture. That's all got to be done. Now, with those carvings, I've got my Dremel tool here. And over here, I take down is my routing bits. So, when I get all my ornaments on here, all glued in position, except these fellows here, I'm going to have these done right on here. I'll just go ahead and whittle them out on here, and I glue them on there. Take my Dremel tool, because everything don't look like an ornament, just get rid of it. 3D everything. It'll take time. All those ornaments got to be done like that. I remember reading the instruction pamphlet. It didn't come with this because I'm the third owner of this model, the second owner. I guess Dave Mather, the original book that he had to it, the instruction book, he must have put it aside somewhere, or it probably got lost in time, like the things I have, and I think you have too. You get lost, out of sight, out of mind, gone. So that's okay. I still got the original one from the other kit because I saved everything, even the plans. And these plans here didn't come with his kit. I said, oh boy, I'm glad I was very smart. These plans here are almost 50 years old. These came from that first one I built. They're very frail. So I went by this. Because both kits are the same image, same year. And that's just saved my bacon right there. A lot of it by memory, because I remember how to build the yellow one. So I've been working on this. Somehow I'm entranced in working on ships. I got a lot of start, a lot of finishing up. I got my light ships here. I got the railings put on the fry pan, and I got to rig up my LEDs, and it'll be done. And plus the rigging. Now on the Nantucket, all it needs is rigging. Rigging, turnbuckles, put the boats on. She's finito. She's finished. She's done. So right now, my brother's working on some LEDs for me right now. He's got You got to put a couple of solder a couple of resistors on there, something like that. All 5 volts. And so I'm going to have one in the mast, one in the pilot house, and one in the radio room. And nice all night, like you know it. So I got the letter from Mr. Carrier. I couldn't believe it. I said, man, I was thinking I wanted to bring this out in the first place. The next thing you know, I got that email. He wants to purchase his Norske Love. He asked me how long. I said, I'll give you about a year. He said, we'll be here. He says, you had other collections? He says, yes. Are they done? I said, yep. They'll come over and take a look at it. So it's down there in my storage in Marine City. That's where all my big stuff's at. Stuff that will never fit in a 10 by 12 unit. Stuff my father and I have worked on. So I got a museum right there that's about ready to be a museum. So I'm getting very happy right now that my things are being taken care of. Because I know everything we have here is made for the living, gentlemen. Everything. And we got to enjoy what we have when we don't have. And you can't take this with you. I mean, you come to this world with nothing, you leave this world with nothing. But I feel good in my soul, so to Kate will feel very relieved, well satisfied, knowing that stuff like this is a museum where people can marvel over. Generations of children can look and see stuff. They don't see stuff like this. Reason being, because it isn't taught in schools. Part of their history. Now, the Norse Love here is there's not much on this ship. And part of me understands why Einar Billing made this kit, because it's a beautiful ship. It's a beautiful looking ship. And if he can only make this kit for him, he can really make some money on it. And he did. And he built one for himself, put the catalog, and he made a bunch of these all over the world to build. These things take time to build, a lot of time. So take your time. The new ones that got the new ones that Billings retooled on, I've never built one of those before, but it goes pretty fast because everything is all, like I said, laser cut. These old vintage, anything from the 1970s up to 1970s, 1980s, 1970s, and 60s, and possibly the late 1950s, are all stamped on mahogany or rayon wood. And like I told you, always put tape on the back of it. Hey, Frank, will masking tape work? Will duct tape work? Why, sure, it'll work. When it's done, remember I told you, before you move that tape on the printed side, very gently put ACC glue on it. All the wood that's split while you're cutting, it'll be fused together. Then you pull off your tape in the back. Same thing. That's how you treat these old vintage kits. And they all got to be cut out by hand. Everything I've done in this here kit was cut by hand. No machines. No jigsaw. No machines. Everything is done by hand. I got calluses on my fingers here, indented calluses, while I'm putting pressure, cutting this stuff out. So you really have some nice, good, strong fingers after doing that. So right now I'll be on this. I'm gonna get my main focus right now is get this whole gallery all done. To get this whole stern finished. When it's finished, the mast is going to be simple. Then I'm going to go back and start sanding down the LB1 spot and prime again, and get the hull all painted and get pretty much assembled. Should have that done probably, I'd say probably by late September. So I'll be on this for a while, and well, I've been wanting God, right? We'll be able to be on some airplanes. Well, that's coming up. We got winter coming up, guys. We got winter coming up. I'll be able to do that. And so right now, I just love building ships because With airplanes, you build, stand, you put filler on it, you put it together like that, and you sit there and wait. Then you go on something else, and pretty soon you're building a bunch of models. This here, you just do a little bit here, put it aside, don't worry about it. Then go on to something else too. So all works the same. So it's all fair, and it's all fair. Okay, that's not all I got going. Oh yes, I got something I'll show you. Now guys, I have a whole entire collection of 11250 waterline models. Now these came from Preston's out of Hamburg, Hamburg, Germany, I believe. I remember when I was in the Navy. I remember telling you guys this story before. When I was in the Navy, I went down to the cruise lounge, and when I got off watch, or before I went on watch, relaxed, have a cup of coffee, went down below, pull out a magazine. They had one magazine was called Popular Mechanics, because I always loved those Popular Mechanics books, because they always have blueprints for models, blueprints to make go-karts, blueprints to make a mini bike, and all these plans you get to send away for to build these things. And I ran down in the fine line in the corner of the right hand on that page, on the right hand corner, in the bottom right hand corner of the page, it says models built 1/1250 scale. All models of all vintage, all years. Preston's Hobby Modules, like at Hamburg, Germany. Catalog. I think catalog was 25 cents. There was no money orders back in those days. But 25 cents in an envelope. Sent it out. And they sent me a catalog within 5 weeks. They sent me a catalog. And there's so many things I want, so I bought a lot of that stuff in there. I bought the Titanic, Lusitania, the Mauritania, the Empress of Ireland, New Amsterdam, Queen Mary, La Carpathia, the Californian, the Imperator, the Normandy, all of those lines. They're about 10, 12 inches long. Well, I was on eBay, ordered a bunch of fittings, and I ran across this. I bought this. Let's go good with my 11250 collection. This is HMS. This is the HMHS Britannic, sister ship to the Titanic. This thing's all metal, not a plastic piece on this thing. It's all metal, all metal. I paid $56 for this thing. I just now got this the other day. I think it's about 4 months for me to get this thing, and it came in really nice, shipped in a box. And they got other stuff too in there in the scale. So I figured, well, look, I don't have a Britannic. I need to get one of these. And I saw that in eBay. So Jesus, I'm going to buy one of these. They had in a wartime war game catalog in there. If they came from China, I don't know. Probably it is, I don't know. But it's Atlas is the company. Now the ones I got, Hansa and Mercator. Most of all the ones from Germany I got, and they're all metal too, like this is. This thing is very detailed. It's really nice. Well, I can imagine how when she sunk, when she went, hit the bottom, just rolled over. It was like a toy boat would be in a swimming pool. Same way. Struck the bottom, stuck the bow in, just laid there. 400 feet of water. It's nice. Get the screws on there and everything. So I figured you guys would like that. Okay, guys, I made a video for a while. I need to bend your ears for a while by talking and everything like that. So I've been on the Norske Lab. This is video number 11. And I just want to show you what I'm doing. I've done a lot of this thing since I last went. Before I started on this thing, all was left was the carving was here. But up here, that was it. Everything up I had to do, So right now, today I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. and it goes back here. Got a lot of work. I'm going to have a live action on that. Probably tonight or tomorrow night. Be live action with me doing all the decoration. I'm going to use my camcorder over there for close work. You can see it. I think that'll be a good bonus on this thing. I think you guys enjoy it too. So right now, I'm going to work on this and bounce other stuff too. So you know how I am, guys. I'm all over the place, and I know they got to be done. I don't forget. And this was calling on me, but at the same time it was calling on me, I got that letter, the email message from Mr. Carrier, Mr. Bill Carrier. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it very much, Bill. It makes me feel good that my stuff's going to be entrusted in your hands. Okay. I'm out of here, guys. Make mama happy. Take care of the little ones. Stay focused when you drive. Spend wisely. Get yourself a model. A kit of your choice. Build. Have fun. If you got a buildings kit like this, take your time. It takes a lot of time to build these things. I love building these kits. I'll be posting some pictures of this on the Billing Boats website. And I got the Marine Models HMS Bounty. It's about this big. I thought it'd be tinkering with that a little bit here or there. I have some videos of that going on. Okay, I'm out of here, guys. You guys take care of yourselves. God bless you all. I love you, fellows. Thank you very much for your candor, and thank you very much for your wonderful views, and also your comments. I'm very honored to the bottom of my heart. And I don't mean to bend you guys here with my chatter, but you know me, I like to talk with little details, and I'm an entertaining guy. So you guys take care of yourself, and make mama happy, and God bless you all. We'll see you on video 12. Will be live action with Frankie Day and the Norse Glove by Billings, 1977 edition. Bye, boys. Take care of yourself. God bless you.